Hi guys, welcome to a little bit of an impromptu live video. I wasn't initially going to do this live, but I basically dropped my phone in which I record pretty much all of my content here on YouTube. I dropped it in the dishwater, so I had to turn it off and then let it dry out and stuff. Being turned off and dried out for a few hours, it seems to be working. It's charging fine. I've been trying videos on YouTube. I've tried recording on the camera and that sort of thing, and it seems to be working okay. But I don't really want to risk putting it under too much stress in case it just decides to finish. And I apologize beforehand about this live chat because I'm seeing myself now, and there seems to be a lot of delay and a lot of slowdown. So hopefully it's coming out a little bit more smoother, both live and when this is uploaded. I was potentially going to be having a little bit of an impromptu hangout while I was doing this. So I was talking to Paul from PA Brew News a few hours ago now, and he said, yeah, it'd be interesting, if I was up for it, popping in for a bit after or while I was doing this unboxing, that sort of thing. But yeah, I've been waiting on a package from Hermes, or Hermes, however you want to say it, who we've never really had luck with, but the girlfriend who's currently at work right now, she's expecting something. So I thought I'll try and wait and hold off as long as I can doing this video, so I can have the package and then there's no delays, or there's no distractions, I should say. But lo and behold, they're still not here, and it is now currently 3:25 here in Germany, and my girlfriend is going to be finishing work soon, and I wanted to do this while I'd be pumped myself, so I wasn't interfering with what she's doing here and that sort of thing. And yeah, it's basically not the most ideal way of me shooting this video. I could have just recorded a video using the camera on my MacBook and then put it together and uploaded it. But I figured if you're going to go to that much effort, which I am happy to go to the effort because this is a special unboxing for me personally, you might as well just do a live hangout, and once you've finished, it's uploaded. You don't have to worry about waiting for it or taking up your bandwidth, that sort of thing. So that's why I'm doing this video like this. And yeah, as you can see by the box and the title as well, this is an unboxing video from my first order from Bier Deluxe.de here in Germany, probably Germany's biggest online beer shop, that sort of thing. And yeah, this all came about because I won Graham, Hapless Ginger Brew. I won his 300 subs contest, and I'm glad to see he's got considerably more since then. I mentioned him when I was doing my 1 litre chug challenge, which was an absolute fucking fail because I stupidly chilled the beers before I did it. Not that it would have probably made any difference, let's be honest. And got great response from that. Got a shit ton of views to what I'm usually getting, and I got quite a few subscribers, especially from the homebrew community. So I know when Graham's seeing this, I'll messaged him to say that the beers have arrived and that sort of stuff, and I've thanked him pretty much in every conversation we've had since he announced me as the winner. But Graham, I seriously appreciate this, my friend. It's a little bit of a bollock, me being here in Germany, and you had to get in touch with the guys at Bier Deluxe to sort out the €35 voucher, because it was a £30 contest, and he decided that he would give me a €35 voucher, which I appreciate. Just the fact that I won, and the fact that he was holding the contest, and he's going to be doing it again for his 400th subscribers. So yeah, it's people like that that make this whole a lot more rewarding. And if you haven't done so already, I'll put his link down below. Go check him out. You don't have to be into homebrew to appreciate his channel. He does beer reviews. He does little conversations and little vlogs and that sort of stuff. And he's funny as fuck. And, in this day and age, it's always great to have un-PC people, even though he's never really said anything out of line. Nowhere near, in fact. But it's great to hear people talking their mind, having a bit of a laugh, and not censoring themselves in the process. So if you haven't done so already, his link is down below. And I'm not going to put the link in the description box because I don't want the group to be spammed on Facebook. But there's a BrewTube group, which is specifically for homebrewers and viewers here on YouTube. So yeah, go look that up if you're on Facebook. And I've not really interacted too much on that group so far, but I've had a great experience. And of course, when this video is finished, I will be putting this up there. And of course, sharing photos of the beers that I've picked up. Speaking of which, this box is really quite heavy and I'm resting it on my knee. I'm sat on the floor because it's the only way I can get good light. And yeah, my leg's about to go numb, so I'm going to put it down. And yeah, I have already unboxed it. I have looked at the beers and that sort of thing just to make sure everything was okay. It was packaged nicely enough, especially for a domestic service. The only issue that I potentially had, but isn't really an issue because the beers were packed tightly together, is in the like little segmented card things that you get when you order beer online or when you send beer to friends, that sort of thing. There was some like bottles where it's like one bottle stood like that and one bottle stood upside down in the same thing. But then I was thinking, you know, you don't know, you could have had all the bottles standing upright and the box has been handled ridiculously by the people or the couriers, whoever. It was through DHL, who are really quite dependable actually. And yeah, it was packaged nicely. No problems whatsoever with the beers inside. I've got rid of like the cardboard inserts and put the like receipt stuff in the bin just because it's useless. And yeah, this is now my become my beer cellar because the box that you're sitting on right now was where I used to put like my little stockpile of beers in the little basement we've got in the apartment complex. But now I've got a bigger box and I've got some of my beers in there, which I might just show at the end, just out of interest for people. And speaking of which, I think we've got a viewer right now. Whoever you are, thank you so much. My computer's absolutely knackered, it seems, and I can't have more than one window open when I am doing like a Hangout or part of Hangout, and it just slows down my computer ridiculously. It's one of those things where I'm expecting it to just fucking blow up anytime now. But yeah, if it's you, Paul, who's watching this, apologies if I didn't message to let you know what's going on online. Like I said at the start of this little Hangout, this is really time sensitive right now because my girlfriend's due home soon and I wanted to get it done before she came back. And yeah, so I won't be like doing a Hangout as such. I might do on this Saturday. And I think we've got a Beer Tubers Hangout on Monday. So yeah, if anybody wants to potentially get in on those, just get in touch with me and I can try and sort something out. But yeah, I say I want to make this spec. It's probably going to end up being like a fucking half an hour video, isn't it? Oh well. Not going to be drinking along with this, but I do have a coffee. Unfortunately, it's decaffeinated coffee because I don't want to use the rest of the coffee pads. And I've had to use rice milk, which, yeah, alarm bells would be ringing for a lot of people who love their coffee, but surprisingly, it's nice and tasty. The combination of the decaffeinated coffee mixed with the rice milk, we've been experimenting with like different milks now. Not that you could ever see that I've eaten milk, because I'm not. I just like to try these like vegan alternatives and that sort of stuff just out of interest. Sometimes they're really fucking tasty actually. But yeah, the rice milk mixed with this decaffeinated coffee, it's going down well. It's got this lovely nutty flavour. I'm not going to give you a clueless drinker review of it, but it's doing its job. And yeah, if you hear a really loud, obnoxious buzzer sound, it's the Hermes man buzzing. So I'll probably end up on camera going outside getting the package and that sort of stuff. But anyway, knowing Hermes, we probably won't get the package until like fucking next week or something like that. We've had so many issues with them. But anyway, on to the beers. And yeah, I think I got quite a lot for my €35. Well, I tell a lie, I didn't just go up to the voucher. I think I spent around €48, something like that. And if you buy more than 12 bottles, or if you pay more than €45 for your order, it's free delivery. And I got the voucher code on, I think, either Monday or Tuesday. Ordered pretty much the same day, and it's Thursday now, and the package is here, so I can't complain about the service at all. So first things first, I needed a new glass, so I picked up a Bier Deluxe branded one, which I'm not too sure if that's technically a Teku or not. And it doesn't really look like a 330ml glass either. It looks a little bit small, but it's nice enough, and I do like the Bier Deluxe logo. Of course, you can't really see that because of glare, because I'm facing the window. But it's a cute little glass, and it came in a nice little box. Of course, the Rastal glass from Chris Lamb Ceramics, and yeah, part of the Brewers Association thing. So yeah, nice little display box, I suppose, which I'll probably end up throwing away anyway. But I needed more craft glasses, and yeah, like I said, I like the artwork of Bier Deluxe. So most of this is German beers, some of which that I can't get hold of in the Beretta bottle shop. So first up, and probably one that I'm going to crack open tonight. You really can't see this properly at all. I do apologise about the quality of my camera. But this is the Brew Helles, which is obviously a Helles beer brewed by the Brew Brewery out of Munich. So yeah, nice little craft can. I'm not expecting to have my mind blown with a Helles, but I do like a good lager every now and then. And then the only other can that I picked up is one from Stone, and I think this is one that's brewed in Berlin. Yeah, it's from Stone Berlin, which I know people who have tried the beers available from Stone Berlin and compared them to the beers from Stone in the States. They say that the guys over at Berlin haven't got to that level yet, which I completely understand. You know, it's still early days for them. But this is the Stone go-to IPA, which I'm really interested to try out. I've enjoyed everything I've had from Stone Berlin, so looking forward to that one. I'll quickly tell you the ABV. So it's a 4.9 ABV on the Brew Helles, and then the go-to IPA is a 4.7 in a 330ml can. So there's that. I picked up a couple of big bottles. This first one is from Villemose, is that? I can't remember. Of course, I don't have a light, so I really can't see this at all. But I think, hang on, let me get my phone. See, it is working. I'm just a little bit tense, and it's not the first time I've dropped this phone in the washing up stuff. It happens. It's happened a few times now, but thankfully it's still working. So this is a Danish brewery. So Willemoes, 55 degree north, and it's basically a red lager in a really nice 750ml bottle, corking cage. I'm trying to turn the light off, just going to put it on the floor. And yeah, 750ml. I think that's one of those perfect beers for a hangout or if you've got a cozy night in. So looking forward to seeing that. And then the other one is the first of two Brauhaus Riegele beers, and this one's part of the Manufactor line, and it's the Ator 20, which is clocked in 7.5, and I think this is essentially a Doppelbock in a 660ml bottle. So I've had the honey one that they do, the Noctus. I can't remember what it's called. If Jay, Louisiana Beer Reviews, watches this, I think he'll know what I mean because he reviewed it. That was an absolutely gorgeous beer. I have got a review of that one on the channel, but it was when I was really in the early days of the Clueless Drinker. So I ended up re-uploading it onto when I actually had a Blue Stringer channel. But it's one that I would probably revisit at some point. But I wanted to try something new from these guys. And for what I paid for it, I'm not too happy. Well, technically, most of these are free, so I can't really complain about price anyway. Next up, we've got a beer from Kraftwerk Brewing, and this is their Dark Season, which is a sweet stout. I think these are from Germany as well. What does it say? Why is there no address of this brewery? Yeah, here in Brewery, and I think that's like an offshoot from the Bitburger Brewery. I know Simon over at Real Old Craft Beer has reviewed a few of these. This one is clocking in at 5.6. The Red Lager is clocking in at 5.7, and the Riegela, which I've already gone over, so shut up, Peter, get on with it. Next up, we've got something of a cult classic here in Germany, and this is from Himberg's Braukunstkeller, and it's the Amazi Double IPA, which I've had people in some of the German beer groups describe to me as this being the closest thing we have right now to a New England style IPA, which I don't think is the case, but it's one that I've heard a lot about. And 8.1%. And yeah, very excited to try that one out. I do love a good double IPA, and I have had a couple of beers from the Himberg Brewery and Braukunstkeller, I should say, and they've been really good. So, looking forward to that one. Then we've got. Start to fall over a bit. Next up, we've got a beer from Berlin, and this is from the Schopperbräu, and it's the XPA, which is described as an X-Berg Pale Ale. And I think this is a double IPA. Let me just double check. 7% ABV. And yeah, I've been hearing a lot of buzz about these guys as well. Well, I think it's mainly one guy, Torsten Schopper, I believe his name. Yeah, I've been seeing from friends on Facebook the stuff that's happening in Berlin in the craft beer scene, and it's like, I need to be in Berlin. It's as simple as that. I need to live in Berlin. Just fantastic stuff. And the other beer from this guy is his Holy Shit Ale. Lovely artwork on there. And lovely artwork on the XP as well. It's got real like street sort of vibe about it. And this is, I think this is a double IPA as well. And yeah, definitely. Or could be a triple. Clocking in at 10% ABV. So looking forward to checking that one out as well. Then we've got a beer from, I can't remember where these guys are based. I can't remember. I can't find out any information about them. It's not Sweden. Is it Norwegian? I'm not too sure. I can't remember. I should have kept hold of the piece of paper that I had. But this is called an Oakwood Red Ale, which sounds interesting in itself. And this is from, let's see, Doppeloi Brauwerkstatt. So it's a country that speaks German, I believe. But yeah, look at that. Fantastic artwork on there. Don't know the ABV of this one because the import sticker is covering it. Let me just quickly peel that off. It's a wreck of a video already, and I do apologise, but yeah, I've committed to it now. So, well, nobody's watching me at the moment, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not too sure what the ABV of this one is on this label's being an absolute wanker, so I'm just going to leave that for now. But yeah, very intrigued by that one. Then we're going back over to Berlin, to the BRLO brewery, and this is the Berliner Weisse, which is a style that I've still got to wrap my head around. I mean, I like the sour beers, but most of them that I've had like really pungent teas mixed in with them, and the flavour's just been a bit weird for me. But I'm interested to see what direction they go down with this one. And yeah, this is clocking in at 4%. And yeah, you should check out these guys' website and their operation. I think their brew pub is basically just like shipping containers, and they've got like light displays and stuff. Again, yeah, I have to be in Berlin. Next up, we've going over to the Wacken brewery, of course, Wacken, the festival. But this is a brewery from Wacken. I don't think they're actually involved in the festival. And this is the Heimdall's Willkommen, which is it's like, I think it's like a mix between a mead and a beer. And this one is clocking in at 6.5%. And I think this brewery, all of their beers are named after mythological gods, that sort of thing. I've had a lager from them. I can't remember what's the name of Thor's hammer. That's what the lager is called. So yeah, interesting idea, and they've got some interesting beers. So looking forward to checking that one out, because I do enjoy mead every now and then, and it's something that I need to cover a little bit more on the channel. Well, I have to actually start covering it on the channel. Next up, we've got from the Gotlands Brewery, and this is a Brutal Bulldog Double IPA. Where are these guys based out of? I cannot see because it's a metallic label, and yeah, sort of reminds me, I don't know why, of like a mixture between Fuller's and Thornbridge. But yeah, another double IPA. I do enjoy a good double IPA. And this one is clocking in at 8.4%. And yeah, cool artwork on that one as well. And a cool bottle. So the last two, going over to the States to Firestone Walker with the Union Jack IPA, which I don't think I've had. Clocking in at 7.5% ABV. I think this is more along the lines of like a British style IPA, imported by Brew, who do some nice beers as well. And yeah, I've enjoyed the Firestone Walker beers that I've had. I know they've got really good reputation. Unfortunately, they didn't stock the Double Jack, because I would have loved to have picked up a bottle of that. I had that at the Regensburg Craft Beer Festival a couple of years ago. But yeah, it was really cheap actually, so I thought I'd pick it up and give it a try. And then the last beer that I ordered, which is again from the Riagella Brewery, and a collaboration with Sierra Nevada, no less. I love Sierra Nevada, one of my favourite breweries. And this is Bayerisch Ale Spy. So I think it's a pale ale, essentially, clocking in a 5% ABV. And Harry over at Blue Nose Beer Reviews reviewed this one. It's part of his beer advent calendar, and he had some really good things to say about it. And I think this was in Beretta at one time, but then it just wasn't there anymore. And I do love collaboration beers, especially when it's not just domestic collaborations, but also, you know, a German and an American brewery. Fantastic stuff. Wonder if we'll ever get Treehouse or Trillium coming over to Germany and brewing with the likes of Camber. That's something I'd like to see and drink. But yeah, fantastic stuff. So very much looking forward to checking that one out. And yeah, I might as well show you the last few bottles that I've got in the box. Nobody asked for this. I don't care. So I've got a couple of bottles of the Rana Chateaubriand barley wine, which I am aging. I think I've just got under a year on these ones now. Beautiful beer. I sent Dean a bottle of this when we did a beer trade. And the Rana Brewery are a brewery that I absolutely love here in Germany. Stephanie and Alois, who run the brewery, because it's a family-run brewery. Fantastic people. Yeah, and if their beers ever make it outside of Germany, do yourselves a favour and check them out. Then we've got a beer which again I'm aging, and it was sent to me by Craig over at Kent Beer Reviews, and it's the Imperial Russian Stout from Gad's Ramscape Brewery, the 2014 edition. So I want to get maybe a year or so on that one. And then next up for a future video, it's going to be a vertical, and it's Schneiderweiser Unser Aventinus and the Aventina's Icebox. So looking forward to that one. And yeah, that's basically my unboxing of Bier Deluxe and some of the beers, well, all of my beers that I have left in my little stash. So I've got to take this downstairs in the basement without smashing all the bottles, so that'll be fun. And yeah, thank you for the people that popped in every now and then during the chat. Hopefully you can actually see and hear me properly and I'm not just frozen and distorted and that sort of thing. And for anyone who's watching this after it's been uploaded to YouTube, massive thank you. And if you've tried any of these beers that I've mentioned or have any questions, let me know in the comments. Most importantly, check out Graham over at Hapless Ginger Brew. Fantastic guy, like I've said. And Graham, if you are watching this, I'm glad you made it this far. Massive thank you, my friend. And yeah, when I get around to reviewing these, you of course will be getting a mention. So yeah, Bier Deluxe, my first order with this company, and I'd happily order again from them, but not near future. Let's just leave it at that. So yeah, I've got a nice amount of beer to last me a couple of weeks, maybe. We shall see. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. And yeah, hopefully you were drinking something a little bit more adventurous than fucking decaffeinated coffee with rice milk. CD later. Don't know why I'm still saying that. That is not a thing.